Morning students. In the previous video we have studied about habitat and interdependence among organisms, and now today in this video beta we will discuss about food chain. Yes, in this diagram what you are watching here, in this diagram as you are able to see, there is a sun, and that sun light is absorbed by the chlorophyll of the plants. Chlorophyll trap the sunlight, you know very well. The chlorophyll is present in the leaves, and the color of the leaves is green only due to the chlorophyll. So what is the function of chlorophyll? Chlorophyll trap the sunlight. Absorb, trap means absorb the sunlight and helps in making of food. So now solar energy is captured in the plant, and now when the plants are eaten by the plant eaters, you can say herbivores. For example, in this diagram it has been shown grasshopper. So as you are watching, grasshopper eats the plant. It means the solar energy that is trapped inside the plant that pass from the plants to the grasshopper. The energy that is stored in the plant is transferred to it. And now frog eats grasshopper. Grasshopper is eaten by the frog. So that energy which is present in the grasshopper, that get transferred into the frog. Now the energy is stored in the frog. Now snake eats frog. Snake eats frog means the frog is eaten by the snake, and the energy that is stored in the frog now passed from the frog to the snake. And none as there is eagle, and eagle eats the snake, and now the energy, the stored energy from the snake is passed to the eagle. In this way beta, you have seen the energy is passed from the sun to the eagle. What do you call this process? What do you call this chain? The transfer of energy from plants to grass, herbivores, then herbivores to carnivores. So this is known as a food chain. A food chain shows how living things get food. There are many food chains in the environment. They usually begin with, all the food chain usually begin with the plant life and end with the animal life. Some animals eat plants, some animals eat other animals. As you have seen here, I have explained that grass is eaten by grasshopper and grasshopper by frog. The frog is eaten by snake and the snake by an eagle. So what is this? This is a food chain. And what does this shows? This shows the interdependence of organisms very clearly. Now next we will study about the environment. As I have already explained, as we all are living beings, we need water, air, sunlight, and to live. We need shelter to live, which protect us from too much cold, too much hot, or you can say even from the rain, enemy, etc. And air, that is the part of environment that is mixture of gases. The mixture of gases is called air, and air, in the air water droplets are also present. From where water droplets come in the air? Due to the heat of the sun, water evaporates from the wet clothes, you can say, from the pond, from the wet surface on the earth, and small ice crystals and dust also present in the air. Plants need air to breathe, animals need air to breathe. Without कि carbon dioxide, even plants can't make their food. On the other hand, we need oxygen to breathe. This oxygen oxidizes the food and give energy for which is used for doing various works. Now water is as important as air for the survival of the organisms. Water bodies, you can say oceans, rivers, ponds, are the natural habitats of many animals and plants. Yes, beta. Plants need water, as I have told that during photosynthesis. What plants need? The raw material. Plants need air, means carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, chlorophyll is needed. So you can say that water is needed by the plants to make foods. They live, yes. In this way, animals also need water. Why do animals need water? Why do we need water? Yes, we need water to quench our thirst, and water is necessary for all living beings because many activities in our body are only performed by the water. Water transport all the nutrients, you can say, maintain the body temperature in our body. There are too many functions which are performed by the water in our body. When water is not available, then what will happen? Can you imagine? You have to think about this. When you will think about this, then only you can think about to save the water, conserve water. When water is not available, animals and human beings move to another area in search of fresh supply of water. As land is home to many plants and animals, and land is covered with soil, and in the soil many plants grow. Soil is needed for the plants to grow. They get water and mineral salts from it, and different types of soil is needed to grow the different plants. Farming, fruits, we need soil to grow fruits, vegetables, cereals, pulses, grains, etc. As you know that plants, God has created this environment, and God has created a perfect environment. There is a balance between the carbon dioxide and oxygen in the environment, but due to some activities which are performed by the human being, unexpected activities, you can say, human being had spoiled the nature and created pollution in the atmosphere, but unfortunately these water and air component of our environment has polluted. How polluted? Because harmful substances are mixing with the water, you can say even land also. These, what do you call these harmful substances? We call these harmful substances as the pollutant. Pollution is caused by the release of these pollutants, and which are released into the environment. Pollutants such as smoke, harmful gases, when released into the air, they cause air pollutants. And water pollution, how water pollution is caused? Water pollution is caused by the bathing of the animals in the rivers, you can say, and when the women wash clothes near the banks of the river, then also water get polluted. And there are so many factories which are built near the water sources, and too much chemical from the factories, or you can say waste from the factories directly come into the water, and in this way water pollution takes place. So how we can save our environment? There are many points by which you will keep into your mind in if you want to save the environment. First of all, as you are very small kids, what you can do to save this God gifted environment? First of all, you should plant, you should grow plants. uh, at least you can choose that on my birthday I will plant one tree. In this way, if you will take promise to yourself, then only and then only we can save our environment. Another factor is there कि you can ask your friends to produce less garbage. Okay, beta. We need to reduce the unnecessary uses of material also. Reduce use of vehicles. If you have to go somewhere, if the distance is too much less, then even you can go to on the bicycle. And even you can use mass media, public transport, you can say public transport. You can use bus instead of the car. In this way you can reduce the use of vehicles and dispose waste properly. You should not dump your waste garbage into the ground. Okay, beta. Then last, reduce the use of coal and wood. Because if you will burn coal and wood, what will happen? They produce very harmful gases, black smoke even, and they spoil our environment. So you should prevent the burning of coal and wood 100%. Okay, beta. How you can save your environment? You have to encourage your near and dear ones to save environment. That's all from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day.